Hi there, thanks for coming to my channel. I've got here a meditation that's going to make you feel very, very calm and relaxed in just a few minutes. All you have to do is put in the headphones here, sit back comfortably, close your eyes and relax. I want your breathing to go in a little bit more deeply. Take a nice gentle breath in. Feel how it inflates out your rib cage. You might feel your shoulders lifting a little bit as all that lightness and air comes in. And breathe on out again, letting out all the tension, all the stresses of the day. So have another breath in and feel like it's a gentle wave of calm, an ocean wave turning inside you, falling with a gentle mist of calmness, stillness going through your body. And when you breathe out, any hardness in your muscles, any strains in any part of your body will go out with your breath and away from you. And keep breathing in and out and feel how that calmness moves through you, a golden wave going through the whole of you and leaving you soft, rubbery, calm and light as a feather. Your breath is moving around you, a great wheel of breath moving. And you're feeling as it whistles through you, like you're becoming more and more a great giant statue, which is empty on the inside. You're feeling more and more like a vacant place, and the part of you that thinks it's beginning to drift and turn and spin, just like a tiny, tiny speck of dust, carried on the breezes of your breath. Now stay with that breathing and let it go in and out calmly. And I want you to imagine that you're standing before a pair of curtains. And they're hanging down from an unseen ceiling all the way down past you, and they're made of a thick red velvet. Maybe you can see your own fingers drifting over that fabric. You might feel under your fingertips its heavy, smooth weight. You might hear a little scratchy noise as your fingertips travel over it. But I want you to play with that idea of redness. Feel the smoothness of the fabric, and then bring your hands together just like they're forming a fish moving forward. And those little hands are going to find where the gap is between the curtains. They're going to push on through, and you, with one easy sidestep in your mind's eye, will slide through after them. You feel the weight of the fabric moving past your shoulders. And now you're standing and facing another pair of curtains, and these ones are orange, and they're made of silk. It might be very smooth silk, or it might be rough and bumpy. But I want you again to let your hands drift over it. You might hear them scratching or sliding over the fabric. See if you can pull the fabric in your palms and feel its weight. And have that idea of orange always with you. How do you feel as your hands are moving over this fabric? If you reach out and grab a handful and crumple it, is it soft or hard? Is it heavy in your hand? And your hands again are going to come together, palms finding palm, and you're going to find the gap between these curtains, and then take a step on through. The weight of the fabric moves past you, over you. You take one step and now you're facing the lace curtains. And this lace is hanging down and it's bright yellow. Let yourself decide whether it's lemon yellow or a more deep egg yolk yellow. Let your fingers as well play with the bumpiness of this lace. In some places the lace is simply a collection of holes held in place by these thin threads, forming patterns, fans and whirls. In others it's very condensed and bumpy. You might be able to see your fingers through the fabric where they're playing. See if you can hear the sound your fingers make, moving around and over this fabric. And we'll bring our hands together once more, still breathing gently and deeply. Let your hands find each other and then push forwards to move through the gap between these curtains. And you follow them and take another step through. The curtains facing you this time are green curtains, and these are very old. They've been through many generations of the family. You can see where they've been stitched together and patched. There might be the occasional food stain from a Happy Meal splashed against them. If you pull them wide, you'll see where the sunlight hasn't reached them over the decades, and the original bright green is still lingering. They're made of a rough workaday fabric that's been through many, many lives. I want you to let your hands move over this fabric like sensors and see if you can work out from what you're moving over the story of that bit of fabric. Think of the lifetimes it's been through, the happiness it's shared. Then your hands come together once again, automatically now sliding to the gap between these two lengths of cloth. And you follow those hands through, stepping forwards. Now you are faced not with curtains but many lengths of wool. Wool is hanging down from the unseen ceiling, all colours of blue. Some of the strands are thick and homemade, others are the uniform width that you'd find in a store. And the blues range from that deep midnight blue all the way to the silvery blue of dawn. These wool pieces tickle your hands as you move through them. You'll feel the very, very faint weight of them as they brush against you and pass. You might even smell that wool as it brushes close to your nose. Think about your favorite shade of blue. Can you find it here? See if you can sense where it is. And still breathing gently and carefully, your hands now come together, clamping together like magnets to pull you forwards, leading you on one more step forwards through these tickling strands of wool. We step through them and now we're facing many, many strips of tissue paper. Thin tissue paper hanging down, different lengths, different widths, but all colored indigo. Indigo, the color of the midnight sky. That dark blue with a tiny hint of purple to it. Move your hands through these pieces of paper. You'll hear them crinkling against you. You might want to just crumple some in your hands as you go by. Where the light comes through single sheets, they turn to lilac, but when they're layered together, you get that deep dark blue, the stillness of late night. Play with these pieces of paper, moving around and through them, until these two drift over you, tickling, and you take a step through, and now we are facing not any kind of cloth, no wool, no paper. This final thing facing us is a great expanse of mist. A white mist is before you that coils and turns in itself. In its depths there seem to be hints of violet, but your sense overall is of white. Already, your legs below you are hazy suggestions of what they once were. The cool mist dampens against you. You can feel it on your skin, in the pores. It moves around you, embracing you, moving over your shoulders, drifting around your face and your neck, seeming to brush over your forehead, leaving little specks of dew in your hair, in your ears, on your forearms. But as it moves around you, you have a sense of whiteness, of pure whiteness moving around you, going into every single pore of your body. If you've ever been through mist, when the sun is trying to break through and it gets brighter, brighter, that's how it feels here. You have no shadow in any direction. Brightness is increasing, increasing, but the sun never breaks through. Instead, the white grows and grows, and on all sides of you, at your back, in front of you, beneath the soles of your feet, between your fingers, all is white. Then this mist, as you breathe gently, clears in itself. You can see yourself clearly. You feel that your skin is warm, that dampness has gone. And now we are striding forwards. With each breath, you're taking one step forwards, then the next in your mind's eye. But you notice there's a weight at your neck. If you reach up with your finger and your thumb, there's a metal clasp. And if you crane your neck behind you, you'll sense there's a great cloak going back into the distance. A long trail of a cloak is pulling a little weight at your neck there. It's impeding you as you step forwards. And on that cloak is a great explosion of many, many colors. Embroidered in there seem to be many scenes from your life. In wool, cotton, sequins, mirrors, all kinds of things. All the way back as far as you can sense into the distance. Your life is laid out in this long embroidered cloak. With your hands, turn to that clasp at your neck and press the metal together, and you'll feel a click in your bones as that clasp flies open, and immediately the weight of the cloak drops behind you. Your shoulders are free, you can step forwards easily, and you can now leave that cloak, your life, safely behind you. Now I want want you to have a few breaths just to bring yourself back. Bring yourself back to where you were sitting or lying. Breathe yourself back to where you feel your body is. Overlay the contours. Keep on breathing deeply. Breathe in until you feel all of you has returned to where it should be. Your body feels its right weight again. Everything is the right time speed around you. When you feel you are fully back, have one last breath all the way down to your toes, all the way to your fingers, so that you can wiggle the toes and the fingers, and then open up your eyes.